So, to what degree do women prioritize a man's income when she is considering whether or not to go out with him? A previous research shows that when it comes to short-term dating, both women and men emphasize good looks. But when it comes to long-term dating, women tend to prefer men with a healthier income and high status. But why should this be? It dates back to our evolutionary past, according to Parental Investment Theory. Compared to men, women can only have few children, so they need to ensure that their brood will have enough material resources to survive. Thus, they look to men who can more easily provide food, safety and protection. In modern terms, this translates into money and status. Young women are more likely to give their phone number to a young man who appeared to have more money and elevated status. They are inclined to give high-status men more of a chance. That said, these results remain consistent with prior research demonstrating women's interest in a man's income. It also remains coherent with evolutionary theory. In our ancestral environment, it was to a woman's advantage to mate with a man with resources since he could provide for both her and her children. But the question remains whether this ancient mating strategy effectively translates in our modern world. In contrast, men's preference don't depend on whether they are in for short or long-term relationship. So what exactly do men go for when it comes to choosing ladies? Number 1. Women who wear certain kinds of makeup. Yeah, you heard me right. Although men do find a woman who wears makeup attractive, it matters more what type and where she puts it on. The dating website and phone app Zoosk recently analyzed the profiles of 1,200 women to find out if men actually prefer the all-natural look or if they do, in fact, desire a woman with makeup. Women who wore eyeshadow were 139% more likely to receive messages from men compared to women who did not wear eye makeup. Wearing lipstick was also 119% more likely to get a female user a date compared to bare lips. On the other hand, a survey of 1,800 male Zoosk users revealed that men were less likely to message a woman with colored or dark makeup because they don't look natural. Number 2. Women with the right waist-to-hip ratio. A woman's body is an important part of her quest for an ideal match, specifically the ratio of the circumference of her waist to that of her hips, also known as waist-to-hip ratio. Not only do men correlate waist-to-hip ratio with general health, but they also connect it to fertility. Evidence also shows that waist-to-hip ratio is a strong indicator of a woman's estrogen levels, risk of obesity, susceptibility to major disease such as diabetes, ovarian cancer, and heart disease. Optimal waist-to-hip ratio, calculated by measuring the waist circumference just above the upper hip bone and dividing it by hip circumference at its widest part, is considered 0.7 for women and 0.9 for men. Number 3. Women who wear red. While color on a woman's lips and eyes is less likely to pique a man's interest, a colorful dress, especially red, is quite appealing to the male eye. Psychologists from the University of Rochester showed men a series of photographs featuring women framed in a border of red or white and asked, "How pretty do you think this person is?" In the second part of researchers showed the same picture only the woman's shirt was colored either red or blue and asked the men, "Imagine that you are going on a date with this person and have $100 in your wallet. How much money would you be willing to spend on your date?" Women framed in red or wearing red were significantly more likely to be considered attractive or sexually desirable and have men spend more money on a night out with them. Number 4. Nice women. Ooh, this is too general, but it's no secret that most women desire a so-called bad boy, but what do men think about unfriendly qualities in women? A recent study published in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin confirmed that a man's responsiveness, or support of their needs and wants, matter very little to women during their initial romantic encounter. Surprisingly, a woman's responsiveness increased a man's perception of attractiveness as well as their sexual arousal. Moreover, female attractiveness influenced how feminine a woman is considered in the eyes of men and decided if a man was likely to pursue a short or long-term relationship. Number 5. Women with a high-pitched voice. Now, vocal attraction plays a major role on both sides of dating. Research shows that while women are more likely to find a man with a deeper voice desirable, men find a high-pitched voice more attractive in women. Similar to animal calls, the emotions expressed by human vocals convey body size to the listener. So when a woman hears a man with a deep voice, she associates it with a larger stature. Conversely, when men hear a woman with a high-pitched voice they associate it with a petite body frame. So long as you found yourself here, you are all High Status Magazine crew. Do hit the subscribe button and share this over your social media platforms.